Do you reckon that once you're over 50, life starts to lose its sparkle? That your body doesn't work like it used to? And that the golden years are just a memory from the past? If you think like that, I need to tell you something that's going to surprise you. Women who hit this stage of life go through changes that nobody told you about, and a lot of them are incredible. But listen up, this video isn't for just anyone. It's for anyone with the guts to face the truth, to step out of the bubble and discover things that the mainstream media keeps under wraps. Today you're going to understand what really happens to women's bodies after 50, and at the end, I'm going to reveal an ancient secret, a natural recipe that the old-timers in the blue zones have been using for thousands of years to regenerate their bodies and live with more health and vitality. And trust me, this knowledge was kept under wraps and hardly anyone in the world has access to it. Now, if you're a new face around here and don't know what the blue zones are, let me quickly explain. They're regions on the planet where people live for way longer than the global average. In these areas, we find entire communities of people who live past 100 with impressive energy, get up and go, and health. And know what their secret is? Natural food, ancient habits, and a secret recipe that I'm going to share with you at the end of this video. But for that, I just ask one thing of you. Stick around till the end. Before we get cracking, I've got two simple favours to ask. The first one, make a promise, but not to me, make it to yourself. If you're keen to chase more health and a longer life in the next 6 months, a year, 5 years, 10 or even 30 years, I want you to write in the comments the following phrase: I choose to live longer and better. It might sound simple, but neuroscience proves that when you make a positive statement in public, your brain activates a powerful mechanism that boosts your chances of success. So if you really want to change your health, type that phrase right now. The second favour is even simpler. Give this video a like and share it with everyone you love and want to see living longer and better. You know there's someone who needs this content to change their life, and I'm certain that person will thank you forever for this free knowledge. Right then, let's get into it. If there's one thing nobody tells you, but all women notice over time, is that the body changes in a quiet but profound way. What once seemed natural, automatic, now needs more attention and specific care. And the most impressive thing is that a lot of these changes aren't talked about openly, leaving women in the dark, not knowing how to deal with them. So today, I'm going to show you exactly what happens, and more importantly, how to act to keep your health and well-being in this new phase of life. One of the most impactful changes that happen after 50 is the transformation in your intimate region. With menopause, estrogen levels drop dramatically, which leads to a reduction in natural lubrication, a drop in elasticity, and even altered sensitivity. A lot of women start to notice discomfort, a feeling of dryness, and even pain during sex. But this doesn't mean that your sex life has to end. Quite the opposite.
There are a number of natural solutions to restore comfort and health to this area. Vegetable oils like coconut oil and olive oil can be used as natural moisturizers for your intimate region, helping to get the smoothness back and ease the dryness. On top of that, there's a powerful food that can help from the inside out: flax seeds. Rich in phytoestrogens, flax seeds help to balance hormones and can be a great ally for anyone chasing more well-being in this phase of life. Having 1 tablespoon a day can already bring noticeable results. Have you noticed that your skin looks thinner and drier than before, and that your hair is more fragile and falling out easier? This happens because with age, your body loses collagen and elastin, which are essential proteins for keeping skin firm and hydrated. The result is more sensitive skin and a tendency for wrinkles to pop up. The same thing happens with your hair, which loses volume and shine. But this doesn't mean there's no solution. A diet rich in vitamin C and protein helps to stimulate natural collagen production. Citrus fruits like oranges and acerola, as well as foods like eggs and fish, are great allies for keeping your skin firmer and healthier. Another little talked about secret is using natural oils on your scalp. Weekly massages with castor oil or rosemary oil help to stimulate blood flow and strengthen your hair strands, cutting down on hair loss. Another change that a lot of women notice is the trouble with keeping their weight down. You might be eating the same things as before, but the weight insists on creeping up. This happens because with age, your metabolism slows down and the way fat is distributed in your body changes. What used to build up more around your hips and thighs now gathers around your belly. The secret here is in small tweaks to your diet and routine. First, cutting down on refined carbs like white bread and pasta can make a big difference. Instead, go for foods rich in fiber like oats and leafy greens, which help control blood sugar and stop insulin spikes. Another essential point is to stay active. And here I'm not talking about exhausting exercise, but rather something simple and effective like daily 30-minute walks. That's already enough to speed up your metabolism and boost your energy. If you feel like your energy just isn't the same and that even after sleeping you still wake up tired, know that it's not just in your head. Hormonal changes also affect the quality of your sleep, making it harder to get into a deep, restorative sleep. This can lead to more tiring days, a lack of focus, and even mood swings. But here's a tip that can change your nights. Use magnesium before bed. This mineral is essential for muscle relaxation and for producing neurotransmitters that bring on deep sleep. You can find it in foods like bananas, avocados, and almonds, or in natural supplements like magnesium chloride. On top of that, cutting down on blue light from screens at least an hour before bed helps to control the production of melatonin, the hormone responsible for sleep. Now that you know about these changes, and more importantly, know how to deal with each one of them, it's a lot easier to get through this phase of life with health and well-being. And always remember, your body isn't failing you. It just needs new care to stay strong and healthy for many years. Getting older isn't just about physical changes. Your mind and emotions also go through profound transformations, and this can be both freeing and challenging. What nobody tells you is that this phase of life could be your biggest comeback. After 50, the way you see yourself, how you relate to others, and how you live your life goes through a readjustment. And know what the best part is? A lot of the fears and insecurities you carried for years start to fade, making way for a new version of yourself that's stronger, more self-aware, and freer. If there's one thing that maturity brings, it's the ability to look at yourself with more respect and love. The pressures of being young, the need to fit into standards, and the pressure to be perfect start to disappear. And this makes way for a new kind of self-confidence. A lot of women report that after 50, they feel more confident than ever. This confidence doesn't come from their looks, but from the knowledge of who they really are. But to strengthen this self-confidence, you need a small change in mindset. A practical exercise for this is the truth mirror. Every morning, before you start your day, look at yourself in the mirror and say out loud 3 things you love about yourself. It could be your wisdom, your strength, your patience, or even something physical. Repeating this exercise daily helps your brain to reinforce self-worth, creating a positive cycle of acceptance and self-love. One of the biggest myths about a woman's maturity is that her sex life ends or gets boring. The truth is completely different from that. What really changes is the way sexuality shows up. With less external pressure and more knowledge about their own bodies, a lot of women discover they can feel more pleasure and freedom in this phase of life. Of course, there are challenges. Hormones influence lubrication and sensitivity, and a lot of women notice changes in their desire. But the solution to this is simple and natural. First, don't ignore the importance of emotional connection. Intimate relationships aren't just physical, but mental too. Second, look after your body from the inside out. Foods rich in omega-3s like fish and chia seeds help to control hormones, while eating pure cocoa can boost the production of serotonin and improve your mood and desire. The way we relate to each other also changes after 50. Some marriages get stronger while others come to an end. Old friendships become even more valuable and new connections can pop up. A lot of women realize that in this phase, relationships stop being about just need and become conscious choices. But for this transition to be healthy, it's essential to learn how to communicate your needs and desires clearly. A practical exercise for this is the truth diary.
Set aside 5 minutes of your day to write about what you feel in your closest relationships. Is there something that needs to be said? Is there something you've been holding on to that's weighing you down? This simple habit can help you understand your feelings and make decisions that are more in line with what you genuinely want. This phase of life doesn't need to be about losses and limitations. On the contrary, it can be about discoveries, reconnection, and living with more ease. You spent decades looking after everything and everyone. Now is the time to look inwards and ask what makes sense for you. And the answer to that question could be the start of the best phase of your life.
The world insists on saying that getting older is a problem, a phase of loss and limitations. But the truth that few talk about is that this could be one of the best phases of your life. After 50, a lot of women discover a freedom they've never had before, a new way of looking at themselves and at life. And the most incredible thing is that this change happens naturally, but it needs to be acknowledged and valued. So let's talk about the benefits that nobody tells you about and that can change the way you see this phase. When we're younger, there's massive pressure to please others, follow trends, and fit into external expectations. But as the years go on, that worry starts to fade. A lot of women realize they don't need to prove anything to anyone anymore, and that brings an enormous inner peace. The freedom of not caring so much about what others think means your choices are more authentic and life gets easier. But if you still feel like other people's opinions weigh on you, there's a simple exercise that can help. Every time you catch yourself worrying about what others will think, ask yourself this: is the person I'm trying to please actually important to me? Am I living my own life or the life others expect of me? This small questioning can help you dismantle old patterns and strengthen your confidence to live your way. If before work was a duty or a necessity, now it can be a conscious choice. A lot of women discover that this is the perfect time to start a business, explore new interests, or even completely change careers. And the most interesting thing is that it's never been easier to do it. With the internet and access to new knowledge, a lot of women over 50 are reinventing themselves and discovering talents they never had the chance to develop before. If you feel like you'd like to do something new but don't know where to start, try the professional triad method. Write down on a piece of paper 3 things you love to do, 3 things you do well, and 3 things the world needs. Where these answers cross over could be a new opportunity for you to explore. It could be a business, a volunteer project, a new field of work. The important thing to remember is that it's never too late to start something new. As the years go on, a lot of women start to feel a bigger need to look inwards, to connect with themselves, and to find a new purpose for life. This phase is marked by a deep self-awareness, where old insecurities give way to a wisdom that only time can bring. It's a time for reflection, learning, and for a lot of people, strengthening their spirituality. But how do you connect even more with this new phase? A powerful habit is reflective writing. Every day, before you go to sleep, set aside 5 minutes to write about something you learned that day. It could be about yourself, about life, about a feeling, or about something you noticed in the world. This exercise helps to strengthen your awareness of your own journey and to find even more meaning in the present. This phase of life doesn't need to be about losses and limitations. On the contrary, it can be about discoveries, reconnection, and living with more ease. You spent decades looking after everything and everyone. Now is the time to look inwards and ask what makes sense for you. And the answer to that question could be the start of the best phase of your life. Congrats on making it this far. That shows you're genuinely committed to your health and quality of life. And as promised, now is the time to reveal the 100% natural recipe, a real gift that was kept hidden for thousands of years by the old-timers in the blue zones, the regions of the world where people live for more than 100 years with health and vitality. The blue zones are 5 places spread across the planet where a long life isn't the exception, it's the rule. In these spots, which include regions of Italy, Greece, Japan, Costa Rica, and the United States, people have unique lifestyle and eating habits that help them stay healthy for decades. One of the keys to this healthy aging is eating natural ingredients that regulate hormones, strengthen the body, and promote emotional and physical balance. The recipe I'm going to give you now has been used for generations in these communities and contains ingredients scientifically proven to help with women's health after 50. It helps to balance hormones, boost energy, reduce menopause symptoms, and strengthen intimate health, skin, and hair. Golden flax seeds, 1 tablespoon. Flax seeds are rich in lignans, a type of natural phytoestrogen that helps with hormone regulation, cutting down menopause symptoms like hot flushes and vaginal dryness. A study published in the Journal of American College of Nutrition showed that regularly having flax seeds improves hormone balance and can reduce the risk of osteoporosis in postmenopausal women. Turmeric, 1/2 teaspoon. Turmeric is a powerful natural anti-inflammatory. Its main active compound, curcumin, has proven effects on reducing inflammation in the body, helping with joint pain and even gut health. A study published in the Journal of Alternative and Complementary Medicine showed that curcumin has the potential to ease symptoms of mild depression that can pop up due to hormonal changes. Extra virgin coconut oil, 1 teaspoon. Coconut oil is an excellent natural moisturizer for your skin and mucous membranes, as well as containing medium-chain triglycerides, which help to give your body energy. It also helps improve intimate lubrication and skin elasticity. A study from the journal Lipid Research pointed out that having a moderate amount of coconut oil can improve your lipid profile and boost good cholesterol. Sage tea, 1 cup. Sage is one of the most studied herbs for easing menopause symptoms. A study published in the journal Phytomedicine showed that regularly having sage tea can significantly reduce hot flushes, improve your mood, and cut down on symptoms of anxiety and irritability. On top of that, sage has antioxidant properties that help protect your skin from aging too quickly. Pure honey, 1 teaspoon. Honey is a natural food rich in antioxidants and antibacterial properties. It helps to balance energy levels throughout the day and boosts gut health. A study from the journal Nutrition Research showed that honey can act as a prebiotic, favoring your gut flora and contributing to the absorption of essential nutrients.
How to make it. In a blender, add 1 cup of warm sage tea. Add the tablespoon of golden flax seeds, the 1/2 teaspoon of turmeric, the teaspoon of coconut oil, and the teaspoon of honey. Blend well until all the ingredients are properly mixed. Drink this mix first thing in the morning, on an empty stomach, for better absorption of the nutrients. The best time to have this recipe is in the morning on an empty stomach, as this lets your body absorb the nutrients better and start the day with a boost of energy and hormone balance. If you prefer, you can also have it at night, about 30 minutes before bed, as sage and turmeric also help with relaxation and sleep quality. Even though this recipe is 100% natural, some people should avoid drinking it. Pregnant and breastfeeding women should have a yarn with a health professional before having it, as turmeric and sage can interfere with hormones. People who take blood thinners should avoid having too much turmeric, as it can boost the effect of the medication. Diabetics should have honey in moderation, as it contains natural sugars. People with an allergy to any of the ingredients should look for safe alternatives. This is a simple but extremely powerful recipe. It brings together ingredients that have been used for centuries by the world's longest living people and that modern science has confirmed are good for the health of a mature woman. Now that you know this secret, give it a go and share it with someone you love. This could be the key to a new phase of your life, full of vitality, balance, and well-being. We've made it to the end of this video, and if you've watched this far, my congratulations to you. It shows you genuinely care about your health and your quality of life. Today we talked about something that not many people discuss openly, the changes that happen in a woman's body and mind after 50. You found out that this phase can be a rebirth, a time of more freedom, self-awareness, and more health and vitality. Just a quick recap, we talked about the physical changes, like the change in skin elasticity, intimate health, metabolism, and daily energy. We also got our heads around the idea that emotional and psychological changes can be positive, bringing more self-confidence, a new way of looking at sexuality, and more authentic relationships. And of course, we revealed the great, little talked about benefits of getting older. Less worry about what others think, more freedom to choose what really makes sense for you, and new opportunities, both in your career and your personal growth. And as a gift for making it to the end, you got a secret recipe from the Blue Zones, a real treasure for a long life. This recipe contains ingredients scientifically proven to balance hormones, boost energy, and strengthen intimate health, skin, and hair. Now you have something truly valuable in your hands, something that can change your well-being and your life. But before we finish up, I want to know where you're watching from. Chuck a comment with your city below because I want to know how far this message is reaching and send you a special shout out. And tell me something, what rating out of 10 would you give this video? Was this knowledge helpful for you? If this content helped you, then be a part of this transformation and comment here, I choose to live with more health. And if you haven't given us a like yet, now's the time. Your like helps this video get to more people who need this information. And if you're not subscribed to the channel yet, chuck us a subscribe right now to keep getting content like this, which really makes a difference in your life. And last but not least, share this video with someone you love and want to see with more health. Because when you share knowledge, you're helping someone live better and feel good about themselves. Thanks so much for being here and for chasing a healthier life. Catch you in the next video.